All right, let's go. It's Thursday, guys. One more day, and it's the weekend. Tomorrow is the last day of school here for my kid. I'm like, wow, this year has flown by so fast. They've been doing exams all week, and tomorrow's the last day. But check this out. Let's have some fun. Because summertime is coming. So we always have to have something to look forward to, right? And the destruction of the left. We need to squash them. But check this out. Outrage erupts after pork sausages reportedly served to Muslims on Ireland's first deportation flight. Why should anybody care? They're being deported by Felicia. Who cares? Serve pork on every one of them. I checked to see if this was true. It's like, somebody just put a meme up, to get everybody's attention on this. But no, this actually happened. And it happened a while back. This was on September 23rd, 2025. Ireland operated its first charter deportation flight from Dublin to Istanbul, carrying 24 Pakistani men, mostly failed asylum seekers, some with criminal records. They were served a standard full Irish breakfast that included pork sausage, black pudding, and other items. Wow. A government-appointed human rights monitor on board, along with Condell, noted in an official report that you had to have a human rights monitor getting these people out? Really? The food quality was lower than expected. Serving pork products was inappropriate. Given the passengers' likely Muslim faith and the flight's destination to a Muslim majority country, again, who cares? Who cares? Hey, if you were starving, you would eat it. Shut up. Shut up. Halal options were understood to be available but weren't explicitly specified in the flight brief. So the standard menu was used. Wow, they're going to bend over backwards to get halal meat for these people? Are you serious? Wow. No complaints from the deportees during the flight are mentioned in reports. After the monitor's feedback, the aviation company, Air Partner, charged the catering for future deportation flights. What? Changed. Sorry, I said charged. Changed the catering. All right, we can't use that. I think they should use them every time, by the way. The story was covered by major outlets, including the Irish Times, primary source, Daily Mail, The Sun, India Today, and others in mid-2026 when the monitoring report was released. So the report was just released. We're just finding out about this. Wow. But what? Do we care? Why should they care? It's like, shut up. You're illegal. Some of you are criminals, and we are getting you the heck out of here. Just eat what you want on the plate. You could have ate the eggs. You could have ate the pudding. You could have ate the tomato. You could have ate something if you were hungry. Who cares? I just thought it was hilarious. Like, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Out of nothing. Stop it. It's like the left cares more about illegals and bending over backwards for them than caring for our elderly or even caring for our children's well-being, their minds, as far as education. They don't care about the unborn. They just want them. They just want you to abort them. But no, we got to make a big deal about some low-life, third-world, low IQ riffraffs about their dietary needs? Are you serious? Wow. I just thought it was a bit much. So I wanted to share it with y'all. Just to let you know and be informed. That now we're just getting this report. This is crazy. All right, Scooby Gang, we're going to the comments section. You know what time it is. This person says, weird. I don't feel outrage at all. This other person says, me either. I find it hilarious. And I surely did. And look, we got a picture. Let me get out of the way. He's like, no! There's bacon on that. Are you kidding? And sausage. Looks fantastic. I can't eat the eggs and all that. All those mushrooms look good. Oh, man. I love brats. Brats are just delicious. This is hysterical. Oh, my goodness. Muslim passengers on a deportation flight to Pakistan were served a full English breakfast. They should have been thankful that they got that. They got that. Isn't it? We need to worry more about what comes out of our mouth than what goes in it. Well, top of the morning to ya, Chadwick. Whatever that is. That's horrible. I felt so bad I sent flowers. And look, the flowers are bacon. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see. It says, let me get this in here for you. I'm quite sure there were multiple requests for second servings. Let's see. Now that's how... Now, that's how to do good, rage bait, and a reason never to return illegal. They won't forget it in a while, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. I love responding to stupid, ignorant people reading your Bible first, you idiot. What? He says, pork in the Bible. What does it say? Well, we knew there was dietary restrictions, but even Paul said don't squabble over that. As long as you're in line with the core that Jesus Christ was born, died, and resurrected, and that he is the only way to heaven, the only way to get to the Father. So you spouting some Old Testament dietary request is nonsense. It's nonsense. Do not eat the meat. Pork is forbidden. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, guys, you're not going to win that on me. You're not going to win that on me, because this really doesn't apply. And again, I mean, I think you need to worry about what comes out of your mouth the more than what you're eating. That's just my view. But yeah, I was watching David Wood last night and the night before, and he was talking about that, and he was saying that Paul had said, because people are attacking David over Eastern Orthodox and all the little stuff that they have around it, where you have to focus on icons. They think Mary never sinned. All kinds of stuff. Okay, we won't go all in it. But David brought up, well, hey, look, there was all kinds of different things going on at the time, and even Paul said, it didn't bother him that maybe this group over here feels like this day is better than the other day, or you're going to want to eat this, but this guy over here don't want to eat that, right? Paul says that doesn't matter. It's the core belief that believing in Jesus Christ and to him for your salvation is what's more important, not just because of what your dietary thing is. This is what they need to feed them in every detention center. It may stop them from coming. Yeah. That's hilarious. That's a good one, guy. Let's see. Time to fire up the pit for the neighborhood pig roast. And there it is. Oh, man. I bet that is so good. I love ham and stuff. I can't eat it, though. I can't eat it. I used to be able to eat it. It breaks me out. That looks like a fairly good unpaid meal for people who did nothing to earn it. Yeah, I don't know what that pudding was. Attention passengers, a la board. Welcome to Go F Yourself Airlines. We will be over your destination soon. Make sure to grab your Anvil parting gift as you jump out of the plane. Oh, man. That's funny. So go blank blank, first deport, then serve pork. Right. So they got screwed twice? No, they shouldn't have never been there in the first place. I think we need to be doing stuff like this. Why do we have to show respect to an occult that's been bent on world domination pretty much since its inception? We had the Crusades to stop them, and that's what they want to do. Even though he's Scottish, pork sausage is the other white meat. Let's see. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear funny green costumes. And some wear aprons and work for a catering company on an airplane that fed Muslims sausage. The irony is not lost. Well played, Ireland. Well played. It's not all pork and, look like weird double dodging with a couple of squishy sides. Eat the squishy crap, dum-dums. You don't deserve pork, dogs, or acceptance. Okay. Ew. That was gross. Lots of laughs. Some top-tier jail food right there. Yep. It was top-tier jail food. They can be thankful to have gotten a free meal. If you didn't like it, don't eat it. True. And then there's another good close-up shot of it. Well, that's a banger right there. Somebody got a good They even got a little pack of ketchup. So we got some eggs. We got some sausage here. This is a tomato. This is some kind of pudding. I don't know, and I don't know what that is. But ew. I don't think I would eat that. I don't know. I don't know about these eggs. Look, it's just airplane food. But again, if they're hungry, they're gonna eat it. If I was hungry, I guess I would eat it. I would have to eat it. I would be starving Marvin. Nothing about why they're being deported. Shouldn't that be the story? It can't be good. That's the distraction. It's all people are about. Pure psyops as usual. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I was like, this is stupid. So I think some left-wing nut was wanting to just, this is terrible. This is an outrage. We even had human rights people on the plane. Said this was unacceptable. This is crimes against humanity. You fed these Muslims pork. They're going to be traumatized forever. Some of them ate it thinking it wasn't pork. They thought it was all challah. Oh man, we'll do Muslims secretly love everything pork. Let's see, outrage. Damn, sausages can't even show gratitude for a free meal. He's saying savages. I said sausages. I think we are going to be done with the comment section. Well, so what is he saying? They are being deported. Why should anyone in Ireland give a crap? That's what I said. Outrage as a nation serves their own food while deporting people who shouldn't have been there in the first place. So raping little boys and girls is okay, but it's against the religion to eat pork. Yes. That is true. That is true. You got to go do your homework, people. As an American of Irish descent, I find myself wondering a lot lately if there is anything I have in common with the people of the country. The worldview has changed so much since 1911. You think? How could I have come from them? And then they go and do something like this. What? I'm thinking, yeah, I see it now. I don't even know what. How could they serve pork? Or deport the people? What? I'm not sure. Is he criticizing the Irish people for doing this? I don't know. Meanwhile, in Dearborn, Michigan, Muslims are reportedly demanding that churches stop ringing their bells on Sunday. This is a Muslim majority town and you have to respect us according to Sharia. Church bells cannot be louder than... Wow. And of course, James Woods post rings those bells as loudly as you can. But this is the hypocrisy and the retardation of Muslims and their cultic religion. 5 times a day, they're blasting some retarded call to prayer. And they're speaking in their language. How annoying is that? I'm surprised nobody's come and just went and tore up their audio system. Like, oh man, somehow jam it. Like, they got a jammer and they could just jam it. Wow, and the people of Dearborn had complained about it. They had complained that there's a city ordinance, and that was on the books. And then because all the Muslims are running, they're running the city. They're in the council, they're the mayor, they're the police chief, they're on the police. Good Lord. And what do? They just go and, I guess they rechange the laws for a noise ordinance. So now they're complaining about church bells, which I would rather hear church bells than their retarded call to prayer. Yeah, I said it. This is stupid. This post had 1.4 million views. This is insane. What is this? This person says, yep, it's only a matter of time before their population gets to critical mass before they move on to the next phase. And what is the next phase? 3 phases of Muslim immigration. Phase 1, few in number, oppressed Islam. Play the victim, claim Islamophobia. Good Lord, I can't even talk. More tolerant of others. Phase 2, large minority, ignorant Islam, and threatening, demand a Sharia law, intolerant of infidels. Let's go to phase 3. Let me get it up on here. Phase 3, clear majority dominant Islam, militant, strict Sharia law, kill, subdue all infidels. For 1400 years, this is the pattern, hasn't changed. Moderates are irrelevant. And this is true. Yep. Let's see. This one says, instead of ringing the bells every day, they don't want to assimilate, they want to overtake. Yeah. Hey, look, it's our guy, Williams, who does the funny videos. Wow. He does the funny videos. He rips black people a new one. He's black, he can. And that's good he's doing it. We must remove the satanic death cult called Islam from America. The only way to save humanity. I agree. Coming to a town near you soon enough. If we don't stop pushing them back right now. And yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. That's coming to a town near you. That's what this right here is what parts of Texas looks like, and New York. And Dearborn, Michigan. Let's see what this person says. Suspected Islamic militants from the Boko Haram terrorist group have abducted more than 50 school children, including toddlers as young as 2 years old, from 3 schools in northeastern Borno State in Nigeria. Yeah, I mean, they're killing Christians. A church in Japan just got burnt down. Somebody said since the Muslims moved in, more of their churches in Japan have been burned out. Now look, they weren't Christian churches, by the way. I think they're like Hindu or whatever they are, but it wasn't Christian churches. Hey, look what James Woods posts. He's been quite busy the last couple of days, but Obama was one man Trojan horse for radical Islam. He flooded America with Muslims by the millions in the dark of the night and funded Iran's efforts to build nuclear weapons. Let's face the fact that every conspiracy theory about this traitor was true. So we already know that he had 2 planes and emptied all the cash, gave them cash, filled up 2 planes of like $1 trillion. It was massive money, and sent it to them. And in the meantime, between him and Biden, flooded our country with illegals. I said in yesterday's show, he's a Muslim. There's no getting around it. Somebody tells you that the Sermon on the Mount from Jesus was one of the most radical speeches he's ever heard. What does that tell you? Or when he goes to certain churches, he's wanting things to be covered because his satanic, demonic self can't handle the glory of God. So they had to cover things up for him. Yeah, I said it. I saw this years and years ago. I knew what he was. Obama deliberately empowered the Muslim Brotherhood and opened America's floodgates to massive Islamic immigration. This fundamentally damaged our security, culture, and national cohesion. Now look, what did Obama say he was going to do? Was anybody paying attention? When Obama said he was going to fundamentally transform America, he was not joking. And let me tell you, whenever these Democrats start saying things, that light bulb better go up. Because when he said that, I was like, what? And then he also, when he talked about, when he says to Joe the plumber, we need to take some money, because you're doing good. But what about the guy behind you? You got to go bust your ass for a loser? Not everybody that's behind you is actually somebody who's down on their luck. No, they're probably on drugs. They're just a loser. They're alcoholic. Whatever the case may be. So why should you have to suffer because other people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing? Now, that's not to say that every single one of those. Now, I think proportionately, when you take Minnesota, for instance, and they see that the Muslim Somalian population, 80% of them are on some kind of federal social services program, but only 7% of the indigenous people. Now, when I say indigenous, because that one guy in that meeting, he's like, well, what do you mean by indigenous? American citizens, real American citizens. Only 7% of them was on any kind of welfare service. So you're only looking at a small proportion of actual Americans who were on this, but it's the minority, third world, low IQ that is just eating us up alive. And the fraud. They just had today, I'm sure you guys are going to get to it. They just had a conference where they're talking about all the fraud in Minnesota. The team came out, had Dr. Oz, had Kennedy on there. I guess the special prosecutor. I watched some of it. I was like, dang. They did just sentence that woman to 41 years, 41.5 years, who was convicted of the fraud for the feeding the children during COVID fraud that she was caught. She says that she thinks Pritzker and Brand, all of them, not Pritzker and Brander, I'm sorry, wrong state, that Tampon Tim and, oh God, that governor's name eludes me. Anyway, that those two, she said in an interview to Fox News, the woman who was convicted, by the way, she says that they had to have known about it. My thing is that the millions upon millions that they keep calling her the mastermind, I'm like, I am skeptical. When you see this woman and you're like, so she masterminded this big orchestration. Now, either she's keeping her mouth shut to some extent, because I think she had help. I don't know. Now, she's actually an American. She's not a Somalian. But they threw the book at her, and they're going to throw her in jail. But the two Somalians who were convicted by a jury for stealing $7.1 million or whatever it was, she let them go. The judge let them go. But the American white woman who got busted, she's going to prison, which she should. But how about these other ones? Just because they're Somalians, the judge let them go. It's insanity on steroids, I'm telling you right now. It's insanity. Obama ushered in everything that's wrong in America, nothing more than a snake oil salesman. Let's see, deepened social division. Yes, he did. Rewarded Americans' enemies. Yeah, he sent them millions of dollars. And that's how they were getting enriched uranium and all the stuff that they needed to buy to build a nuclear bomb. Expanded bloated bureaucracy, subsidized a broken healthcare system. Oh, don't get me started about that. Symbolizes over solutions. Symbolisms over solutions, and I like this one. Democrats think they are using Muslims to usher in socialism. The thing is that the truth is that it's Muslims are using Democrats to usher in Islam. They're just useful idiots. The Muslims will turn on you. They will turn on you in a heartbeat and throw you under the bus. Once they have everything that they need and want to conquer, you are no more useful. You will be subjugated or you will be thrown in prison. Let's see. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hung. Wow. Valerie Jarrett. Notice that during the 12 years of this reign, 8 years of Obama, 4 years of Biden, God help us, their Muslim Brotherhood handlers named Valerie Jarrett has been able to keep her name out of the public eye in every meaningful way. Wow. What does he mean by meaningful way? By meaningful way, what I mean by that is Valerie Jarrett was the shadow queen of the shadow government, giving Obama, Biden their marching orders. Are you serious? You're telling me this woman was telling Obama what to do? Wow. So, what? Marching orders so far, when people talked Obama's auto pen, a lot of names came up, but hers never does. When you start to see the name Valerie Jarrett attached to indictments, know that we are very close to the final justice. Wow. Well, I mean, it could be possible. Look at the left-wing liberal crazy women, but you might have an intelligent left-wing woman who is diabolical. Let me get my tinfoil hat on. Maybe Valerie Jarrett, she is diabolical in the destruction of America. Just like the Planned Parenthood lady. But she was working for a company. I had read some stuff about it. And she was hired, and she just became the face of Planned Parenthood and helped propel it. But there was men in a company behind it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. This smug, you know what, said it right to our faces, but so many people didn't listen. He said he was going to fundamentally transform our country, and he sure as hell did. Yes, he did. Believe them when they say it. Oh, listen to this. He was at the head of all of that. It is now wrong, and all the strife in this country he is truly the head of the snake. Oh, yeah, I always felt that way. What is he saying? This is one of the most evil human beings to ever walk this earth, and we should continue exposing him until everyone knows the truth. Guys, I mean, you got to think of the evilness that has been brought upon America with the influx of the illegals. How many Americans, thousands, have died at the hands of illegals? So it's laid at the feet of these people. But you know what? I always say it. They are the party of death. They all about you killing your kid. They're not promoting families, are they? Do you ever see the Democrats promote family values? Promote the household and the family structure? No. They're all about illegal social injustices, causes like the BLM. The left-wing media is right in bed with them. There's nothing ever positive. It's just always America's over here, but our policies and the way we're going with illegals and make them all legal and give them everything they want. No, but you over here, yeah, you need to abort your kid. No, don't get married. Let's dump down the education. Let's keep spewing this propaganda. It is evil. It is evil what they have done, and he is part of it. They're all part of it. They're all part of this big evil conspiracy, and I don't even think it's a conspiracy anymore. I really don't. This says all roads lead to Obama. Yep. For younger people, Obama was the Jimmy Carter of our lifetime. Just like Jimmy Carter's mistakes haunted Americans for the next 30 years, we are spending the next 30 years after Obama cleaning up the damage he has caused to America and the world. So, what, are you leaving out Biden's administration, or are you just saying Obama was running Biden's administration? Which I'd probably agree with that. I don't. Biden didn't know where he was. He was just an empty suit, shell. Didn't know where he was. Somebody had to have been doing something other than him. So actually, I mean, to give Carter one up, I think, as far as this destruction of the country, I think those two, Biden and Obama, are hand in hand. But Biden was the worst president ever. And then Obama, and then Carter. Obama, because of the policy he laid out a plan of destruction, which could probably make him the most heinous and evil president we ever had. Maybe you can just say he's the worst now that I'm thinking about it, because again, Biden wasn't running the show. What else can I say? Look at this. Obama bringing CAIR, a Muslim Brotherhood organization, into the White House was deeply symbolic for Islamists. It represented validation and proximity to power for a moment whose long-term vision of political Islam on a global scale. A global caliphate. It is true. He legitimized them by doing this. It's insane. And there he is right there. The devil himself. Elon Musk just shared the Biden administration shifted billions of dollars from helping Americans in need to facilitating illegal immigration. This is how bad it's got. An NGO got paid $600 million. Yeah, $600 million. Every 2 months to facilitate illegal immigration. I spoke to a gentleman that works in the DHS. He actually sends the electronic fund transfers. Let me repeat that. $600 million of U.S. taxpayer money sent to an NGO every 2 to 3 months for illegal migrants. Have you ever wondered where they got all that money in New York? They seem to find the money to house all these illegals. It's insane. But they can't seem to find the money to fix the roads. Oh, do y'all know that they got like 6, 8, 9 inches of rain in New York, and now everything's flooded? It's insane. You got bags of trash floating down the street, but they didn't worry about fixing their infrastructure, which a lot of that stuff was built like 100 years ago, and it's needed desperate repair. So, I mean, you could blame everybody, even before Mandummy. House Homeland Security Committee hearing. Wow. And he's saying, let's make this go viral because, wow. Let's see. Biden should be sued as his assets and holdings turned over to government to pay back the deliberated theft of. I don't think a president can be sued for that. I think they have immunity. Now, I don't think you have immunity over treason. I think Obama is treasonous. What they've done. Actually, I think it's crimes against humanity, which is crimes against America, which would be treason, because thousands upon thousands of Americans have died at the hands of illegals and also from drugs. So hundreds of thousands have died. because of this influx and because of what they've done. And what they've done. And when you look at California, Chicago, looking at LA, this is what they want the rest of the country to look like. Kensington, Pennsylvania. I knew Catholic Church had to be involved in illegal human trafficking when Pope Francis wrote Americans must accept these people who lived behind a wall that would not allow people to go to Mass without a state identification. Yeah, the Pope had, let me get to it. Well, the Pope posted this today. Said no nation, no society, and no international order can call itself just and humane if it measures its success solely by power and prosperity while neglecting those who live in the margins. Indeed, Christ's love for the least and the forgotten compels us to reject every form of it. Wow. Really? So I wrote, I retweeted to him. Yep, there you go. I said, well. Oh, what? We all want to see you. Start letting in massive poor people from all over the world to live in the Vatican. America will send them to you. God bless you for opening up your doors and selling and selling out all that gold. Opening up your doors and selling all that gold to help the poor. We'll be watching. Yeah, we all want to see you start letting in the massive poor people. And then all that glitter and gold that you have, and all the ordained robes and the magnificent buildings and how big it is. Well, you could fit 100 families in there. I'm not even being sufficient. I am being serious. They could start selling all them gold, the chalices and all of that. He's so concerned. He's so concerned about people, other nations who want wealth and want power. But they're not going to help the poor. Well, what about you? What about all the gold and glitter that you're surrounded? I've seen when they've come and they have the cameras in there and they're visiting you in the Vatican, and I've seen how it looks. Yeah, man. You could start selling some of that stuff. Some of those paintings you could sell or donate to museums for everybody to see it and everybody to enjoy the art of throughout the history. So, he says no nation, no society. That should mean no Pope, no Vatican with a wall that was built to keep people out. I thought this was hysterical. Like, wow. And then he invokes Christ's love for the least and the forgotten. Compel us to reject every form of this. Well, then start selling everything you have and follow Jesus and give it to the poor. And let Trump load up all the illegals and send them to you. Oh, wow. And here comes the comment section. Because the Pope tweets on X. He should be taking care of the poor. What is he doing on X? First and respectfully, the world needs to hear from you on this. Remember what Jesus said about those who harm children. You have no more important issues to address head on right now. And look, in Afghanistan, older Muslim men buy 5-year-old girls to marry and enslave them. This is Islam. This is everywhere. And you know what? You can almost guarantee this is happening in America. But it's kept hush hush, because they are a close knit community. I guarantee you. In fact, they do have their own Sharia law. They certainly do. Yeah, this story's been all over. We're still in the comment section on the Pope. So this young man was stabbed to death, and then he was handcuffed by the police, and then he bled to death on the sidewalk. Not a peep out of anybody. But they all mentioned George Floyd when all that was happening. I know, why would other countries jump on the bandwagon? This is very true to the powerful of this world. People like Henry Novak, the French people slaughtered in Bataclan, or the English girls raped by foreign grooming gangs are invisible, but the powerful neglect them and never mention them, but we remember them. So yeah, he was killed. And then he's talking about the grooming gangs in the UK were they were all Muslim, Pakistanis. That's crazy. And what does this say? And yet you allow, what is that, Enzer Banja to bribe the Vatican to keep the silence on the 120,000 Christians ethnically cleansed from Christian arsenic. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I don't know. They do stay quiet on a lot of stuff. The United States has given trillions of dollars to those who live at the margins. This is true. We've lost countless American lives and opened up our own country to our own detrimental, and yet it's never enough. We deserve what we tolerate. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we invited them all in. It was our government. It was Obama. It was Biden who let millions upon millions. I mean, it was insane. It was insane to let so many in at a time. It's like we can't handle it. And now you have this explosion of crime because you have to vet these people. It's insane, right? Man, I Googled this to make sure this was true. I had to Google this to make sure this was true. A controversial game called Plantation Simulator has been released on Steam and is receiving huge backlash from people calling it a slavery simulator. Wow. The game is described on Steam as a simple farming simulator where players motivate workers to work on the plantation. Okay. But the gameplay centers on whipping mechanic applied to black workers to increase productivity. This is bad. This is bad. The developer has described it as, in this game, you will be whipping black people to keep your farm productive. If you whip your black person too much, they will die. Oh my God. This is so bad. Somebody else did another post earlier and said it's probably going to be taken down. There's going to be a lot of outrage about this. I'm gonna cut the music off. Wait. Okay, it's just that. Look. Oh, let me go. Look, he's just going around whipping him. This is crazy. What is happening? Oh, man. This is messed up. Oh. Wow. Wow. This is bad. This is really, really bad. But it's really, really funny that this guy makes this game. It's insane, right? Oh my gosh. Apparently the game is restricted in Germany. Huh. This game has positive reviews on Steam. No way. No way. 93% of 34 positive. Yeah, but how many of those were actual comments? This was all posted 6-7 hours ago. That game could be down by now because I'm telling you, it's gone viral. This has gone viral. Why should we care what black people think? They never developed the wheel or written language. Dang, they certainly would have never invented a computer even in another 1,000 years. So again, I ask why. Bro, that is racist. That's racist, my guy. Doesn't matter if they didn't... Well, they did invent some things. Some black people invented some things, but Yeah, I get it. The continent of Africa is still a crap hole, but bro, that's brutal, man. Come on, man. That's brutal. I think we should care. I don't think we should have be doing that. Buying it for all of my friends. Oh no. Oh no. He said buying it for all my friends. See, just brought Plantation Simulator, reviewing it. Wow. You better get a hard copy of it. I will not entertain companies for these people. What does this say? Is it worth $1.19 right now? For sure. The creator deserves the support, and perhaps it will evolve into a fully 3D simulator if it raises enough. It's pretty rough. Wow. Thank you for your purchase. Wow. They're just all. Wow. Wow. Dang. This is insane. Okay, some of these are just bad. Let's see. I now Fuzzy. They were one of my most loyal viewers when I was streaming my own game development on hiatus. I gave feedback for this game. I have developed updates from them in my Discord. The fact that so many people see this as offensive and not as some stupid game where no one is harmed highlights how people are too damn soft. All of those who are mad at how racist this game is are likely the same ones who are fine with leftist ideology permitting the gaming industry. Permitting the gaming. Yeah, the left is destroying the gaming industry, by the way, by changing characters and making women characters more and gay characters and all this stuff. Great job, Frenzy. I told you this game would explode for all the right and wrong reasons. Let me know what y'all think about this game. Because, dang. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty rough. I mean, you're literally whipping them to work. If you whip them too much, they'll die. God. I mean, I would not buy this game for my kid, and I wouldn't buy this game. I mean, this is... I mean, some kids might, if their parents are... Well, obviously, a lot of parents aren't paying attention to what their kid's doing. I mean, they would get it just for a joke, and they're all laughing about it. You know that's going to happen. Kids are just going to be cracking up about it, but... I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about this. I think it's probably there's going to be some backlash, and you know they're going to make the guy take it down. Maybe I don't know, or he could go to put it on disc, and then you could buy it, where you could just play it. I guess I don't know. This is a bit much. I think this is a bridge, a little bit of a bridge too far. All right, last story, and we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up, guys. It says officials in Davidson County, Tennessee, just broke into a panic mode after learning illegal aliens will lose free taxpayer health care if and when they can't verify legal status. What? But we were told by Jeffries, we were told by all of them that illegals were not getting this stuff. Wow. Now, think Democrats say it wasn't happening? It's happening. We have an inordinate amount of illegals leeching off the system. Purge the rolls. Metro's Board of Health for Nashville and Davidson County says they received a notice from the Tennessee Department of Health saying that they would need to verify the citizenship status of everyone enrolled in public benefit programs. Well, sure, why not? Well, what's wrong with that? So, wow. Y'all got to hear what they say. This did kind of blow my mind. Listen.
It's a huge threat to life for kids with significant disabilities, for families that can't afford to.
Okay, so families that can't afford to Okay. Did you catch all that? Now, so these people are here illegally. They start having kids, and their kids have problems. I'm sorry if their kids have problems, but if they're here illegally, this is where the left comes in. This is where the left comes in to poke at you, to make you feel sorry for these people. Now, what they could do is either the Trump administration, when you're deporting these people, is like, okay, so they got a sick kid. Are y'all going to take care of it? Because we're shipping them all back, right? If the kid had. Now, how many of those? It's probably not a large number. I'm just assuming that out of the illegal population, how many illegal children actually have cancer or some kind of heart problem or, something that's serious? It's probably really small. It's probably a very small percentage. But again, I'm going to reiterate that we were told none of this was happening.
Support their kids.
Last fall, Metro's Board of Health for Nashville and Davidson County says they received a notice from the Tennessee Department of Health saying they would need to verify the citizenship status of everyone enrolled in a public benefit program. That includes Children's Special Services, or CSS, which provides access to care for children with physical disabilities from birth to 21 years of age.
Dang.
The process for disenrolling kids 18 to 21 has begun. And there's
Why he sound like he's from somewhere in Africa? What is happening here?
conversation around disenrolling kids.
I think his immigration status needs to be checked, just to be sure.
17.
According to Metro's Board of Health, adult applicants who can't verify their status would be disenrolled by May 29th.
Well,
This
yeah.
comes after the Tennessee General Assembly passed a law requiring all applicants for public benefits ages 18 and older to verify they are in the U.S. legally. It's unknown at this time whether children 17 and younger will be disenrolled from the program.
It's complicated.
But isn't that what we voted for? That we want the illegals gone. And also the Democrats assured us that none of them were on these programs. So now they're like, oh, well, they're here illegally, but their kids are on these programs. Their kids are going to school and they need an education.
Because of federal and state weaving of funding, which was meant to be able to sustain funding for kids with special health care needs.
According to Metro Board of Health
And how much fraud was that out in Minnesota and also in California of money that they embezzled, fraud from the government, because in the guise of helping autistic kids or kids with health problems or feeding them, all kinds of stuff. It's just bulk with fraud. So this has to be done, guys. It has to be done. We need to know who's getting money, who's in here. If they need to make a few special exceptions because there's a handful of kids who really need some help, I mean, they could figure something out with that. But for the vast majority of them, we've got to get them off of the healthcare system, and they need to turn over their roles. Who's all on this?
Employee Deanna Allen Robb, some families anticipating to be disenrolled include a child with congenital heart anomaly, where life expectancy is less than 12 months without treatment, and children with cancer, leukemia, and lymphoma, where life expectancy is less than 5 years without treatment.
We are marshaling all the resources that we can, what is available, and sharing information with families about where there may be other places that they could go if they need to get life-saving care for their child.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Like, if they've got to go. But again, they're saying this is complicated. Why is it complicated? Why is it complicated, lady? Tell me. Because we were told that illegals were not getting food stamps, were not on Medicaid, not getting free health services. But you Americans, y'all are just kicked to the side. Y'all, I mean, that's including myself too. We're all just kicked to the side. The left has bent over backwards because they want to replace you. Because that's what they want to do. Okay, Scooby Gang, we're going to see a couple. Let's see what's happening in the comments section. This is so effed up. Same BS in Minnesota. Infuriating. The money was never meant to take care of underdeveloped nations and their children. It's meant for Americans. Get all of these freeloading illegals out of America. I get it. It's not the children's fault. But they can be deported with their parents, and that's what's got to happen. And their own country needs to take care of them. We cannot be the savior of the entire world. Again, I've said in past shows, if we need to help underdeveloped countries, then we need to send a team in there and then start training, get 100 guys, 100 of the indigenous people that are there, start training them, and then train them so good and test them that now they can go train, each of them train 100 people to 50 people or whatever's capable to whatever it is. Either it's digging a well or it's teaching them how carpentry, how to build. We have to teach these people how to do stuff. And let them go. Not the whites just move in like it was colonialized by the Europeans, and they did build a great infrastructure. But look what happened when the blacks came in and ran them out. Now it's all collapsed because there's nobody there to help them keep up with the infrastructure. Look, reality is reality. So either we can train them to build their own country, where blacks build their own country. They want to tear it down, they can tear it down. Or they need to be taught how to run law enforcement, how to build, how to do infrastructure, build roads, blah, blah, blah. Wow. I think it could happen. Remember when Democrats voted to fine us if we did not have health insurance and then gave it to the illegal immigrants for free? Again, I just said a moment ago, you all of us be damned. All of us. Oh no. Oh no. All of us be darned. Let's see. Now do welfare and food stamps. Yeah, I think they're working on that. Metro's Board of Health for Nashville and Davis County says they received a notice from Tennessee Department of Health saying they would need to verify the citizenship status of everyone enrolled in public benefit programs. He says, I voted for this, so did I. I feel like this should have been done from the beginning. Exactly. It's insane to think I could go to another country and expect them to give me money. No other place on the planet is going to do this. And I don't care what the Pope says. He can take them. Don't you hate it when somebody is trying to pull the needle out of your eye and they need to get the log out of his? Because I know he's that stick that post we read earlier is at Trump. Because he's trying to get these illegals out of here. They're like, oh, well, we need to help the poor, and we have sent trillions upon trillions and food upon food upon food. We send the food to these countries, and then their retarded governments end up taking that food. They don't give it to the people. I saw a video a couple weeks ago where a woman was in another country that had a bag of some food that was supposed to go to this other country. This is all on the continent of Africa, by the way. And she was selling it. It was a bag of grain. Had USADA on it. In a you know how they have those markets where they just all walk and buy stuff? It's disgusting. But anyway. Yeah. It's like, wow, that bag was supposed to go to refugee relief or whatever it was, or to feed the homeless or to feed the poor, and it's being sold on in a market. It's being sold in a market. So no, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. They clearly stated everyone over 18, so why are they claiming children will lose health care? Answer, because they are foregoing liars. Typical Democrats. About freaking time. They have been leeching off the system and sick of how they're using emotions to keep them on the corrupt system. I agree. That's what I was trying to convey earlier. It's like, yeah, they're trying to make you feel sorry for them, but they should have never been here in the first place. Tens of thousands of illegals got free government health insurance because Biden administration lowered ID verification for Obamacare subsidies, and they used stolen Social Security numbers to obtain it on healthcare marketplace. I think everything Obama did, everything Biden did needs to be wiped off the books, and we have to start over. We have to start over. Stop the free crap for all illegals. How hard of a concept is this? The lefties and demonic Democrats will bitch and moan that it's not humanitarian, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. These effing parasite creatures are not our citizens or our problem. Well, I mean, I do call them low IQ, but I don't want to degrade them as far as calling them a parasite because they are human beings. The problem is that we can't take on the world. Our own country can't handle it. Good God, we can't. We're trying. We can't even replicate ourselves. We need people getting married and having children, and they can't afford a house. And we got to stop with this indoctrination at the school. Oh my God, we just need a complete. We need a complete overhaul of the whole education system and how we indoctrinate people with good indoctrination, with family values, loyalty to country. Good Lord. Reading and writing is not just for white people. Good God. It's so retarded. And that's how it needs to be done. Now, none of us can go to any country and get money, housing, healthcare, food at no cost. It's ridiculous they need to go to their own country and leech off them. But they know it won't be allowed. You can't go to Mexico. You ain't gonna go in there. You gotta prove you're not gonna be a detriment to society or a strain on society. Y'all notice everything there's a change like this, the first thing the folks bring up is the children. The children. They should go home and get their government to help them with the health care. Notice the spin on this news story. All these kids with life-threatening illnesses, the number of young claiming disability is staggering. That's where the big money is. Yes, they were showing a chart. Now, this was just in Minnesota, that the autism went skyrocketing. Like, what? Is there something in the food? Or are they exposed to lead? Well, what is happening here? It was a fraud. It was fraud. That's why I was saying, like, it would probably be such a minute percentage if any, I'm sure there might be one or two, I don't know, but a tiny percentage of the population of illegals, how many of those have children, and those children are actually have a terminally ill disease? It's probably so minuscule. But for the Democrats, even if there was 5 kids in the state, they would want like 20 million per kid and say it was 100 kids. They'd say it was 100 kids when it was only 5. That's how the Democrats work. That's where the fraud is. We got to put a stop to it. In a state where American citizens have trouble getting social services, you expect us to believe your statement true. If it was happening to be because leading state fathers wanted them to have it because it benefits employees, the same with Walmart handing out welfare apps at hire. Imagine that. It was really happening. Geez, the Dems said it wasn't. We were crazy. It was misinformation, fake news. Yeah, true. They are going to eat their own, meaning they're going to come after their politicians, return them into soldiers. They pay with them with looting, robbing, housing, and letting them out of prison and protecting them. They will not go quietly. Wow. I always try to reread when I type something because, like, sometimes be like, what? Yeah, I can't read your sentence, man. They need to all go back to their country. I am so tired of these leeches. If they're here illegally, they can receive that care in their own country. Sounds like a pretty simple process to me. Either legal or you're not. Let me know what y'all think about that. I mean, she says it's just complicated. No, it's not that complicated. It's really not. Again, I'm telling you, it's probably such a small percentage, but who knows how much money they've been asking for. So they've been getting money. If they're saying it's complicated, so they know they've had illegal kids on this, and they have illegal families on this, and they haven't said nothing. And hey, it's in my state. I'm in Tennessee. Sarah, what's her name? Blackburn. She's a representative here in Tennessee. I mean, she's all about mega and all of this stuff. So, like, wow, when I saw this, I'm like, well, has Blackburn, is she all over this too? She's wanting the Save America Act passed, where you have to prove that you're a legal citizen of America to vote. Wow. But again, Chuck U. Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, all of them told us that illegals aren't getting health care because it's illegal. And then they tell us that there's no illegal voting. And what have we been seeing? Voter fraud everywhere. Voter fraud everywhere. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna end it right there. And tomorrow's Friday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And always remember, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Seek him out for your salvation. And always use your critical thinking in all of this. Don't let me sway you. Don't let some politician sway you. Search your heart. You read. Kind of use your intellect. Not always by feeling. You need to figure it out. Right? Do your homework, do your study, figure it out, use your critical thinking. And thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day.